Hello, guys, and welcome back to class. I must say I'm really impressed by your assignment. I'm impressed by your analysis. So, guys, welcome back to class. So, I'll make this very brief. I don't want this video to be too extremely long so that it won't bore us. So, right now we'll be talking about fundamentals of um, Corel Draw. So now we are on Corel Draw. Just open the Corel Draw. So I just opened our CorelDRAW application software. So now what you first get is your welcome screen, and this is your welcome screen. Welcome screen in your welcome screen, you're gonna see your recent document, recent design that you've made so far, and all that you're gonna see. But as yours will be blank because you haven't done anything yet, you might just be seeing stuff like this, like a practice image or something. That's what yours might be displaying. And once we are here, once us let of us know new document. This plus icon serve as new document. So anything we want to create, we start with a name. If it's flyer design wants to do, we start with a flyer design, and we can select the number of pages we want. It can be one, it can be two, but let's leave it one for now. Primary color mode, we talk about primary color. We talked about color in the first in some previous videos. So here we have CMYK, we have RGB. CMYK is for print. If wants to design for, it is for screen visual, for social media or for digital media, we select RGB. So we also talk about page size. If we do not have an actual page for our design, yes, for our design or whatever thing we're designing for, we can as well just choose a custom or A4 size, just the literally A4 paper that we have in our offices. So if we select A4 size, it's going to give us our A4 size, and we can work on them. And choose inches. If whatever size we are choosing or we are measuring, we make sure that we also it is equal size. If what we are measuring, the document or the project we want to do is in feet, we'll put our set our measurement to feet. If it is inches, we set it to inches. So like in our A4 document, we have the 8 by 11 inches. So our orientation also talks about the landscape or the portrait that we want our design to be. Do not worry, even with all this, they can also be changed later in the document property bar. So the resolution normally that we works with is the 300 dpi. So I will just click OK. So once I click the OK, we are we are on the document now, which we talked about. So our project or title bar. So this is the title bar here, flyer design. So under our title bar, we also have our menu bar. These are called menu bar. Fly from file to help. They are our menu bar, and they also contains some other sub subtitles, supplementary operation that we can do even with them, just as Windows 2 tools, tables, text, you see, bitmap, effects, objects, layouts, view, edit, and file. Also part of, as we're working, we make sure we save. So we use save, Control S, saving. And if we are save as is another different method of saving our documents, just like the usual way of saving on Microsoft Word when we are typing and we do not want our changes to affect or to be affected in the previous document that we are on. We just want to make a new duplicate of the document, so we use the save as instead. We also have our acquire image, save as template, export for web, send to, and all that. We will be discussing all that later as we go on the training. Our edit also contains some list, and also our view layout object. So this is our menu bar. However, also we have our property bar. This is also our property bar here. This is our property bar where we can change things, where we can move things, where we can modify our object in the design, where we can also change our units and all that. Yes, our measurement also change this to landscape. Yeah, the drawing paper just change. So here is all this blank space here now. We call them the um window now. This is our window space or drawing window rather, while our drawing page. This is our drawing page. So whatever we put on here is come out as print, or that whenever we export we come out as something that will be revealing for whatever thing we put here is what we will have. So now this is our drawing page, and we also have the colors palette bar. So this is our color palette section. So here contains our color layout. So I have mine put together so that I have them all together whenever I'm either working for design, for print, or for social media or digital media. So what all this does. So this is my CMYK here, and also this is the RGB format here. So guys, I would also our toolbox here. These are called toolbox from big tool to our interactive fill tool. Also they contain some other tools, they contain some other tools inside um inside this one to also shadow and all that. This is our text tool where we use to type, and this is our shape tool where we can also grab a lot of shape or make some shape. This is also our shape also for circle. This is our box shape, draw boxes, and this is also some other cool artistic media. Not even all the tools I even use myself. It's not compulsory you master everything, but if you can master everything, it is still going to do you some good. But just know that the major you are able to understand, you use them wisely, because almost all of them still work perfectly, work the same manner if you are able to use them very well. Line, this we also use draw a free line, and also to sketch, and then to also trace and all that. We have the pen tool, the B-spline, the polyline, the freehand, and all that. Also, we have our zoom tool. So zoom tool can be used to zoom in and zoom out, and then we have our pan to move our windows around or our page around, and then we also have the crop tool, and we also have the shape tool. So we also use the shape to shape our object, or to shape our shape into whatever shape we want them to be. If we want to modify them, we can use that to shape. So, and also we have our move tool or pick tool. So this is what we use to pick our tools around. I can just draw a box here now and press P. P will enter into the we are on our pick tool. So pick tool, what it does is you click, and you can use it to move things around. So you can use it to move things around. You can also use it to create a rotation. So our pick tool is a very important tool that we use in design. Without pick tool, then there is no design, there is no movement in our design. So we use pick tool to move all things, to drag things, to pick something. Even if it's text, it's still the same pick tool we will use to pick it and drop it. If we want to apply color also, is the same pick tool that we will use to apply our color all together. So guys, before we go far in today's course, let me just quickly use this medium to revise our assignment being given. So I just go back to my window or welcome screen now. So, and I'm clicking on my recent projects. See, just I explained earlier. So here we can get to see our recent projects, and once you click, it's going to take you to your recent project here. So now I want to go to our, so yeah, I am so impressed by all your answers so far. So I'll make this very short, as simple as it is, and also we'll also be seeing how we are our tools, to create this kind of design here. So at first, you see, I mentioned our tool, so we are going to be using the same picture to highlight or to click on each document. So as we can see, everyone has explained in details and made a important and credible analysis for the overall design, and analyzing the use of elements and principles in the design. You guys are really impressive and fantastic. I really like you guys so much, and this shows that we are all following the course. So right now, here we have our new, which is our serve as a placement inside this shape that we just made. So this shape also was used with our polygon tool here. You see, it's still the same polygon tool, and it's still with the same tool. This picture that I used to grab it, it's used to create that, and then we applied our color feel to it and all that. Then I do a little bit of effect here. We use this also to create an effect. This is my interactive fill tool. Now interactive fill tool is used to create two colors together to join two matching color. It's a beautiful blend. So I use that. Instead, I applied white. It automatically it applies white once you pick your gradient, or in interactive fill tool gives you fill color, which you can put in different color. You can as well just add another color in the middle, see, just like that, and I'm still following my color um palette, my color family, so that everything still looks great together. We can use that to put in color, to match color and all that. So we are able to create a contrasting element here to depict a new product, to to depict its own separate room for the overall composition, for the overall design. So we use this also new to create a country's composition. Also, we talk about line element. Line was also used as a separation, see, as a divider to divide our body copy, and to also the eyes of the readers to the available in store, so that when they are reading this, they will know that this is actually different from the available in store. So in this case, line was used to create a separation to also guide readers eyes, towards reading this first, or jumping to this, or jumping to this, or reading this, whichever way they want to read, and it is guide them also. And you see, it also comes in faded light pink, which we use for circle, circular shape here, which is also in line format. It could have been the same shape and feel just like this, but I do not want to create unnecessary contrast in that also, just to create a simple color in form of line circular shape. So just to make things look tidy and look um neat and brilliant. So that's that. We also be able to use our rectangular shape. So this is our box shape. We can use it to create different box size. We can also use it to create um a rectangle just by dragging. We can drag and all that. We can drag it and then apply our color. Still, we are now back on the pick tool. Automatically the pick tool goes back to the default, so we can use it to now pick and then apply color to that. So box tool was used, and with of transparent to the box tool, so that the reason we added the box tool is to create a room for the text, body copy text, and also to make sure that it's still a little bit, clearer and visually appealing, and that it doesn't blend a lot ground um, color shape that we did, so that we maintain a level of clarity in that aspect. So our our transparency tool was used in this process. So I use this transparency tool to give it a little bit of transparency. If I reduce it now, you see now that it's going to even come out whiter. So we use transparency tool to create a cool effect in our design. I can press Ctrl Z. Our Ctrl Z is undo to undo whatever things we have made. So now all that being said, and we now go straight to our shape. Also, this is one shape. This is another shape in form of line, and in form of circle, in form of line circle, and we also have shape on round design. This is also a shape, a circular shape that we use. This is also a circular shape that we use. We use it to create a cool effect, and by creating this same cool effect, we also use our blend transparency tool. So transparency tool can be used in most importantly, two different ways. We can use it to create a transparent background, transparent shape, so that whatever is on the background will be reflecting on it. And also, we can also use it to blend our stuff together, to blend it, or to create a really cool effect of blending, so that whenever we are doing something, we can blend them together. I can also say, let me use this for an example. So we can actually use this also to blend. It's still the same transparency tool that we use to blend things or blend images together with background, so that they look cool. So it's the transparency tool that we use in that. As back to what we were saying, so this other circular shape was used in three ways. So I use it to form a repetition. Now repetition is also a principle of design, so it's used as a repetition. So, and also a repetition to create a particular um effect or pattern or style, or something that gives distance to our perfume, something that gives a stick look and feel to the overall design, as if this perfume is in a distant distant position, so that it gives us the level of distance and perspective in art. So it comes out bold and all that. So that is why all that is being done. So we are able to make use of our shape to form cool effects for the background. Also have line here too to create a really cool effect. So the line was used to create a texture effect or pattern effect. See, it's actually used to create a pattern. Then from pattern we turned it into a texture, into texture, just for to of the as elements of design now. So we use it to create a texture, and we also make use of our transparent too much. You see, if it's too much now, see what it does to design. It has carried the feel of what we are trying to pass. So I'll press my Control Z back. So it's that little feel that we want the surface of the design to be. So, and also we talk about still the overall design as a space and all that. So making all the text and the objects to feel um to breathe and cool and decent and clear. So space gives us clarity. Space also gives us guidance. Space also communicates beauty in design. If all design or all the text are too big and all that, you see, is going to disrupt the overall uniqueness of the design. So that's why space is very important when you are designing. But that doesn't say that you should not make your things readable, but make them to be full and moderate enough so that you have ample of white spaces. So white spaces is to illustrate space. So we don't actually, you can have the whole documents in full color and all that, but make sure you have space. So the same space is also what we term as white space, not necessarily the white color. It can come in white color also, and it can also come in other color as well. So it gives us space for all the elements to break together. For typography, so the choice of typography I used was uh, Voga, Voga typography to Voga font. So Voga font was used as a choice of typography to further communicate beauty, to communicate luxury, as what we are selling is a luxury product. So when you are choosing your typography, you want to know um, what you are communicating for, the what you want your design to evoke. You understand what you want, how you want people to feel for your design, so that this kind of typography um, communicate communicate luxury. Sorry, communicate luxury, communicate beauty, communicate perfume, communicate femininity, communicate, a whole lot, communicate a magazine feel, kind of. So, and we also have our beauty in other typography formats. So here we have the sans serif font. Actually, this is a sans serif font, the serif font. So in our class resources, I sent some other documents for you guys to read on typography. There is also a video